Hello, world. Welcome to episode 222 of the Jimmy Canz Show. I'm going to take a look back, classic supercard retrospective time at WCW Battle Bowl. All right, not the first Battle Bowl, but this is the first one where the actual titular title of the pay-per-view is Battle Bowl, and this will be the only one. Um, the event took place November 20th, 1993 in Pensacola, Florida, at the Pensacola Civic Center. About 7,000 in attendance. It was broadcast live on pay-per-view, and it was later released on home video, courtesy of Turner Home Entertainment. So, for those of you unfamiliar with the Battle Bowl concept, bunch of competitors' names all in a big tumbler, randomly pulled out to create a total of 16 tag teams. So you get 8 different tag team matches. And then the winners of those tag team matches go on to a battle royal later in the evening to be crowned your Battle Bowl champion. So those random combos that we got in this one were Cactus Jack and Big Van Vader, Kane from Harlem Heat and Charlie Norris, Eric Watts and Paul Roma, Johnny B. Bad and Brian Knobs, the Shockmaster and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Lord Steven Regal, the Natural Dustin Rhodes and King Kong, and then his partner, Awesome Kong, was paired up with the Equalizer, Sting, Jerry Sags, the other half of the Nasty Boys, the All-American Ron Simmons, half of the Colt Twins, Keith Cole, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and Stunning Steve Austin, Max Payne, and 2 Colt Scorpio, the International World Champion, Ravishing Rick Rude, and Shanghai Pierce, Tex Schlesinger, and Marcus Bagwell, half of the Road Warriors, Hawk, and Rip Rogers. Okay, Rip Rogers. Lifetime enhancement talent getting thrown in here on pay-per-view. Anyway, the British Bulldog and the other half of Harlem Heat, Cole. So those were the pairings, and then it ended up being Jack and Vader against Kane and Norris, Watts and Roma against Bad and Knobs, Shockmaster and Orndorff against Steamboat and Regal, Rhodes and King Kong versus Awesome Kong and Equalizer, Sting and Sags versus Simmons and Cole, Flair and Austin against Payne and Scorpio, Pierce and Rude against Schlesinger and Bagwell, and then Hawk and Rogers against Bulldog and Cole. Those that won their matches and advanced on were Cactus Jack and Big Van Vader, Johnny B. Bad, Brian Knobs, the Shockmaster, Mr. Wonderful, Dustin Rhodes and King Kong, Sting and Jerry Sags. So both members of the Nasty Boys are in there. Ravishing Rick Rude, Stunning Steve Austin, Ravishing Rick Rude, Shanghai Pierce, and Rip Rogers and Hawk. So, then, the one that ended up winning this entire thing was none other than your world champion, Big Van Vader. So my whole question with this entire show, because that was it, is, what did this do for anybody, and why would anybody want to be competing in something like this? Why isn't something like this, Battle Bowl concept used to earn a title shot? Why are your champions in it? Unless, of course, either if it is to earn a title opportunity, if you were to do something like that, then maybe, Vader's in it because he wants a shot at Rude, and Rude's in it because he wants a shot at Vader because they want to unify the titles. I mean, there's so much more intriguing things to do with this. And the way this is just laid out just makes absolutely zero sense to me whatsoever. So, Uh, like I said, Battle Bowl, that Lethal Lottery, the concept is really cool, but it was never executed properly. I think if you brought something like this back, where it is an opportunity to earn a title shot, so that way you have to get along with your tag team partner to get into Battle Bowl. That whole will they, won't they get along type of thing makes more sense in that regard if you do it that way, on top of which you can um, kind of get a Royal Rumble-esque type moment if you don't pre-announce any of these combos. And just music comes, the first member of the first team is boom, you wait for the music. And his partner today will be, and you wait for the music. You kind of get that anticipation, that kind of Royal Rumble feel. Okay, what are these tandems going to be, et cetera, et cetera. So, like I said, it's a good concept if it's executed properly, and I don't think it ever was. I'd love to see it be brought back in some capacity. But anyway, in terms of Hall of Fame involvement on this show, we did have 15 Hall of Famers because Harley Race is out there with Vader. You had Mr. Wonderful, you had the Nature Boy, you had Steamboat, you had Austin, you had Hawk, Simmons, Foley, Sting, Rude, both members of Harlem Heat, Kane and Cole, which is Stevie Ray, Booker T. They were going by different names. The British Bulldog, Big Van Vader, and good old Uncle Fred, still kicking it around here at this point in his career. So, yeah, that was Battle Bowl. You know, what did this do? Like I said, it didn't make a lot of sense. So on my 10 belt scale, this is not a good show. It's not really worth a watch. It does nothing for anybody, to be honest. I mean, they playing into the Vader Jack feud that was still kind of going on, in that first matchup. And then, Rude gets involved in some shenanigans here and there, which kind of, but for the most part, this show was awful. So 10 belt scale. Oh, this is a three. Like I said, didn't do much of anything to further anything, and it's a you know, waste of your time. It's time you'll never get back in your life. That I had to sit through and watch this again, and I'll never get those minutes back. So, there you have it. So, we're in November now. So a little bit later this month, we will have Survivor Series predictions coming at you. So before we get to this year's Survivor Series predictions, I will be doing another classic retrospective on the 1993 Survivor Series card. So tune in for that one. It'll be hitting the channel here soon. Give us a like, share, subscribe wherever you are. I hope everyone is doing well. Take care of one another, and I will see you all when I see you.